So this chapter 5D is about expanding brackets, otherwise known as the distributive property. In this chapter, you'll learn how to expand brackets using multiplication, which, depending on the curriculum, depending on where you're from, it's called distribution. So here we go. Let's work on this. We need to expand these brackets and simplify these expressions. When we leave these expressions in the form that they are, it makes it really difficult when we actually have to solve for the value of x in algebra. So we're going to learn how to expand them by distributing, and distributing basically means to pass it out. So here's what you need to know. Let's look at A. In A, we see a 3 outside, and we have a set of brackets. Within the brackets, we have 2x minus 4. Now, anytime you have something within the brackets, these brackets automatically indicate that something is, if there's a number right in front of it, it automatically means that there's something going on with multiplication. So for example, if we had something more simple like 3 brackets, 3 close brackets, what this really means is 3 times 3, which makes 9. Another example, if we have 4 brackets 20, this means the same thing as 4 times 20, which is basically 80. So brackets means to multiply. Then you're probably thinking, well, how do you do that when you have 2 terms inside the brackets? What students tend to do is they think, oh, we have to combine the terms inside before we multiply. So some students would do this, 3, and then they say, oh, 2x minus 4, and forgetting that they actually are not like terms. They do something like this, 6x, and they get some answer, 18x. This is completely wrong. Please do not do that. I'm now going to show you the correct way of doing this. So when we are distributing, basically the number on the outside multiplies to the number on the inside, each one. So 3 times 2x, and then 3 times, and then it's not just a 4. This is a special 4. It's a negative 4. So 3 times 2x makes 6x. Then 3 times negative 4 makes a negative 12. And so the answer to this expression, when it's expanded, when it's simplified, is 6x minus 12. And because they're not like terms, this is as far as we can go. Here's another way to think about it. So it says 3 times everything on the inside of the brackets. Basically means it needs 3 sets of this. So 2x minus 4 plus 2x minus 4 plus another 2x minus 4. So now we have to combine the like terms. So if we take off all the brackets here, because we don't really need the brackets, now all we have to do is just combine the like terms. 2x plus 2x plus 2x, that's 6x. And then minus 4, minus 4, minus 4, minus 4. Minus 4 3 times is minus 12. So that's another way to approach it. So at this time, pause the video and try to do the following problems. Now, it does get a little bit trickier on D, E, and F because you actually have to remember what happens when you multiply 2 variables together. So give it a try. Pause. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and distribute everything. So 8 times 3x plus 5. We distribute the 8 out to both terms. 8 times 3x is 24x. And 8 times positive 5 is 40. The next one, 2 times x and 2 times negative 7. So remember, this is a negative 7, not just a 7. You have to take the sign that's in front. This makes 2x minus 14. Now here comes the tricky parts. We have the variables. So the first part is a times a. when you multiply a times a, remember, this is a squared. It is not 2a because 2a means a plus a. A squared means a times a. So this is a squared plus a times 5, 5a. And always make sure you write the number, the coefficient, so this is called a coefficient, in front. Next one, D. A times a plus 4a. So a times a is a squared, like we talked about above, plus a times 4a. So since we pretend that there's a 1 in front of that a, 1 times 4 is just 4, and a times a is a squared. E. A times 3a is 3a squared. Then a times, and remember there's a negative sign, so you have to be really careful to notice that. A times negative 5a is negative 5a squared. So now we move on to a little bit of a challenge when it comes to this. We still have to continue expanding brackets and simplifying our expressions, but in this case we've got a longer expression. But it's really the same thing. All you have to remember is to actually just dissect these problems in half and treat it as if it's two problems in one. So if I were to do the first one, I would go 3 times 2x and 3 times 1, which makes 6x plus 3. And then I have to do the next part. And remember that sign, it has to always go with the 1 behind it. So 2 times 4x and 2 times positive 3, that makes positive 8x and positive 6. Now, like we talked about in previous chapters, we have to combine the like terms. So 6x and positive 8x, that makes 14x's. And then the 3 and the 6, they're just numbers, they're like terms, makes a 9. Now, you try B. Pause. Okay, so let's see what you did. So this would make 15x plus 20 for the first part, and then this would make 12x minus 16 because 4 times negative 4 makes minus 16. Now you have to combine your like terms, 15x positive 12x, that makes 27x. And then the positive 20, the minus 16, 20 minus 16 is just plus 4. I hope you got the same answer as me. And that's it.